Hey guys, it's Kiki, and today I'm going to be showing you guys 12 habits of successful students. These habits should hopefully help you be more successful in your schooling. This video is part 1 and it will be about things you can do during your studies. However, part 2, which I will upload in 2 weeks, will be about habits you can implement in your everyday life to be more successful. I decided to film a little differently today, so let me know which filming style you prefer more. Anyways, without further ado, let's get on with the video. The first habit is to study at a consistent time. Studying at the same time each day will help your brain process things better and will help in learning the material better. Of course, the perfect time to study will vary for everyone, but experiment with morning, noon, or evening. Most people tend to study better during the mornings as you are most likely more awake and alert, which increases your memory capacity. However, if you aren't a morning person, you can either choose to study during the afternoon times or after school. The second habit is to plan out what to study. So this is one thing I've started to implement in my studies, especially during exam season. Write out what subject you need to study for, when the exam is, and what you can do to prepare and study for the test. Then plan out when you will study, making sure to give yourself a reasonable amount of time to complete it. This will help you keep organized, ensure you complete everything you need to do, and will help prevent you from procrastinating. The third habit is to have a specific goal for each study session. This is pretty similar to the previous one, but once you've planned out when you will do what, create a goal relating to the tasks. For example, if I have an upcoming chemistry exams, and the tasks I had set were read over material and take notes, create a glossary, and do the practice questions, my goal for that study session could be to be able to explain the whole topic to someone else, or the goal could be to complete all the tasks in 3 hours. The fourth habit is to start with the most difficult things first. This actually depends on who you are and it really changes from person to person. So either start with the easiest things first or the more difficult things first. If you're a type of person who does not lose motivation easily, who can concentrate very hard or has a lot of time per study session, then I would recommend starting with the easier things first. However, if you don't have enough time on your hands, or can be easily fatigued, or a person who gets easily demotivated, I would recommend starting with the more difficult things first. Personally, I like to start with the most difficult things first, but definitely experiment with both and see which one works better for you. The fifth habit is to study using a learning method that works for you. I know that I have mentioned this before, but studying using the learning method that works for you is essential if you want to study productively and effectively. Personally, I like to study by reading the information, then creating summarized notes, or by rewriting or just reading the notes from class. Recently, I started to use flashcards as a new study method and it has worked so well for me. Let me know in the comments if you would like a video on how to study using flashcards. I also have a video on different study methods for different learners, so I will link the video up in the cards. The sixth habit is to use spaced repetition. I used to actually think that spaced repetition was just a study technique, but as soon as I tried implementing it in my study sessions, I soon realized it was more of a habit rather than a study method. Spaced repetition can be used for remembering things in a day, a week, or even months. There are many different templates to suit the subject you're learning for, how long you want to remember it for, and how much time you have to remember it. This habit is especially beneficial for language learning, as this will help you build up your vocabulary and knowledge more and more. Just a side tip, you can use this along with flashcards I mentioned earlier, and there are even flashcard apps that have the spaced repetition method in it. The 7th habit is to use the Pomodoro technique. This is one of the many things that completely changed my schooling and study life. The Pomodoro technique is 25 minutes study, 5 minutes break. Repeat that 4 times, then finally a 15 to 30 minute break. I often use this when I have lots of things I need to do, or if I keep losing my focus and I don't feel motivated. I usually use this app called Focus, which has the Pomodoro timer in it. However, there are websites online that you can also use, such as this one. The 8th habit is to get rid of all distractions. I honestly cannot stress this enough. Always make sure to keep all items off your desk that you do not need. Try and get in the habit of cleaning your desk before any time you study. Keep your phone off your desk, and if you aren't using your computer, keep it off your desk. The 9th habit is to not just know the information, instead understand it. When studying, just knowing the information is easy, but understanding it ensures you will remember it well and will be able to answer questions on it. Always just keep this in the back of your head when studying. After study session, test yourself to see if you actually understand the information by either explaining the topic in detail to someone or creating revision questions that test advanced knowledge that covers the whole topic. The 10th habit is to never use cramming as a study method. I hear this study method way too often. I've heard from so many people that they just can't get the results they want. Then I ask them how they study, and they tell me by cramming. Cramming is one of the worst ways to study. This is more of a habit that you should avoid rather than a habit you should implement. Cramming is never ever beneficial, and in the long run will jeopardize your schooling career. Make sure to start your revision at least a week before the exam so you can achieve the best results. However, it is okay to cram once in a while if you do it correctly. If you guys want a video on how to cram correctly, let me know down in the comments. The 11th habit is do not multitask. Multitasking is one of the things that people don't realize harms your study sessions. I used to multitask all the time, and it honestly does not get any work done. Many people have the misconception that multitasking helps you get more things done, but focusing on one thing at a time and getting it done is so much more productive and effective. If you're a multitasker, try not multitasking for a week, and I will guarantee you will see a massive change in your productiveness. The 12th habit is do not procrastinate. Lately, I feel like procrastination has become a huge thing in students. You can find quotes and things about procrastination everywhere. I know that procrastination is so hard to avoid, and the reason why many people are not studying productively. Recently, I have been implementing this tip to reduce how often I procrastinate. So basically, separate your study area from your relaxation area. Essentially, your relaxing time may be on your phone, for example. So whenever you're on your phone, go on it away from your study area, maybe on your bed or even in another room. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments which filming style you prefer, and also comment what video you'd like to see next. Make sure to come back again 2 weeks time to see part 2 of this video. If you like this video, please be sure to like it and subscribe. Bye guys, happy studying!